Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kelbell. So today I decided to try out some new eyeshadow palettes, and they are from Amazon and they're by a company called Miskos. So the way I found them is sometimes I'll go into Amazon and see if they have any new eyeshadow palettes, and then I go and select 4 stars and up. And so these are some of the best rated eyeshadow palettes in the Amazon website. So the company again is called Miskos. So I got 2 palettes. I got this 36 eyeshadow palette from them. So kind of like what Morphe and other brands do. The only thing is one of the eyeshadows did come broken, but it's not too bad. I selected this one because it has a lot of colors, so I thought I could play with some of those colors. So let me begin by swatching some of them. So I'm going to swatch this orange one. Okay, really nice swatch. Okay. I'm going to swatch one of the greens. Very nice. Okay, you guys can see. Very nice. A bright pink. They don't have name colors, so. A bright yellow. So that yellow is not as pigmented as expected, but you can layer it up. Let me try a purple. Not too bad. And I'm gonna now try one of the blues. Okay. So far not too bad. They do feel a little bit powdery. Of all of them that I swatched, most of them seem to be either matte or satin. Nothing really glittery. So very nice so far. Okay, now the one that I really was excited about, it reminded me of Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, and this one is called Miskos Cosmetics Charming Moist Eyeshadow Palette. As far as the palette name, I don't know that it has a palette name. But let me show you what's inside. And by the way, the packaging is great on this one. It's just like Juvia's Place. And it came also with a double-ended brush, which I don't know what I did with it. But anyways, let me show you inside. This is why I was interested in it. Does that not look like one of Juvia's Place palettes? It is very similar. And let me pull here. To the Masquerade palette. It's not the same, but very similar. I'm really excited that this one has that the Miskos one has a mirror. And by the way, both of these palettes that I'm showing retail for $15, $15.99. Sorry, I'm trying not to blind you. So let's see how I can do that and yet show them to you guys side by side. So very similar in color. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not all of the colors are the same, but there is a lot that are similar, which Juvia's palette is not that expensive to begin with, but for anyone looking for an affordable option, there is this one by Miskos. So let me swatch some of those similar colors, shall I? Okay, so I'm gonna swatch this blue from the Miskos palette, and out of the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, I'm gonna swatch Dahlia. Those are 2 very similar ones. So let me see if I can show you that really quick. Okay, so that's Juvia's Place. And next I'm swatching the one that is very similar to it from the Miskos. Yep, they're very pretty much dead on. I would say the Miskos might be a little lighter, but they're pretty dead on. Okay, next I'm gonna swatch the purple right here from Miskos and the Juvia's Place Masquerade, which is that purple as well. So Juvia's Place on top, and then I'll swatch the Miskos palette at the bottom. Pretty similar. Again, the color, it may not be as intense in the Miskos palette, but pretty similar as you can see. Okay, next I'm going to swatch this bright pink color, which is called Bori, and the brightest pink color in the Miskos palette as well. Okay. So the Miskos is at the bottom, Bori is on top. That one may not be, no, so those are not dupes. The Miskos palette is more pink. The one in, or I'm sorry, the Juvia's Place Bori is more pink than the Miskos palette is. The Miskos one is actually more of a red color. Okay, let's see here. Are there any other similar colors? They both have a green color. From looking at it, it looks like Juvia's Place Mally may be a little bit more intense. And then the Miskos one looks a little lighter, but let's go ahead and swatch them. Okay, so Juvia's Place, the Miskos palette. So it is a little lighter. I think it's a little lighter. Actually, to me, they kind of look pretty similar. I know maybe not on camera, but when I'm looking at them, they look pretty darn close. Okay, let's see. What else? And then the lighter shades, I'm going to swatch Giza with the lightest shade and compare it to the lightest shade in the Miskos palette. Okay, so Giza. Okay. And here's the Miskos palette one. Pretty close. Pretty close, I would say. And then there's Daia that I'm gonna swatch. And the closest to that in the Miskos palette is this color right here. So I'll go ahead and swatch that. So here's Daia on top. And then let me swatch the Miskos palette one. So the Miskos palette is more of a brown, more, I would say, darker than Daia is from your Masquerade palette. Okay, so let's continue. There is Zulu in the Juvia's Place, which is this one right here. And I would say the closest to that one in here would be this top color. It is a bit lighter, so I don't know if they're going to be similar at all. So let me do this arm since I'm running out of arm space on my left arm. So this is Zulu in the Juvia's Place, okay, and then that top color in the Miskos, and they are very close. So very, very, very similar. Next is Burkina. So I'm gonna swatch Burkina from Juvia's Place. Okay. And then I'm gonna swatch that second color down on the Miskos palette right here. And they are pretty dead on. So I would say most of these are swatching really close to each other. Okay, I'm gonna swatch Zobo from the Juvia's Place palette. And from the Miskos palette, I'm going to grab this purple right here. And once again, they're pretty dead on. Okay. Okay, I am going to swatch Zola from the Juvia's Place. And the lightest blue in the Miskos palette, which is this one right here. Okay. Okay, so those are not a dupe for each other. The one in Juvia's Place is a lot lighter than the one in the Miskos palette. And I think that is it for all the dupes. So there's quite a few, there's several colors that are not dupe in the Miskos palette. However, it does have quite a few similar shades as to the Juvia's Place. I mean, I would say the majority of them are pretty dead on, as you guys can see. So, like I said, Juvia's Place is not that expensive. I think the palette, their palette retails for like $25. And the Miskos palette retails for $15. So it is more affordable. And it does come with a mirror, so I really like that. And the packaging is really nice and sturdy. So that could be an option for you if you are looking to buy something similar to the Juvia's Place. And these are cruelty free. That did come in the packaging, as you can see. So if that's something that is important to you, just so you know. So I'm very excited to try this one out and see how I like them. But so far I'm impressed because they are very nice. Again, I think you can see the very close similarities. Let's see, so I'm gonna try to do a quick eyeshadow makeup tutorial using the Miskos palette. I think this is just called Purple. They have a few there. They have three. And this was the most colorful. The other two, I don't think they're necessarily dupe for Juvia's Place. I did order a smaller one, which I will show you in a future film because I still don't have it. But as far as dupes, I think this is the closest one to duping anything from Juvia's Place. And again, all the palettes retail for $15 or $15.99, at least in the Amazon website. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick tutorial just to try out the eyeshadows and see how they blend. I'm gonna pick up the lightest shade in the palette and I'm just gonna apply it all over my eyes. Okay, just all over my eyes. Okay, and just like the Juvia's Place, these are pretty much satin and matte finishes, by the way. Okay, so next I'm going to pick up a crease color, which I'm going to use this color right here. And they are very nicely pigmented, so no complaints there. a little bit powdery, but I think they're pretty close to the consistency of the ones in the Juvia's Place palette. Okay. And then I'm going to take this gold color and just put it all over the eyelid, and I'm just gonna use my finger to make it really intense. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Okay. And next I'm going to choose an outer corner color, which I want to play with this bright pink. So let's go ahead and do the bright pink. Okay. Picking it up with a fluffy brush and just blending it in the corner of my eye. Blending it in towards that lighter gold color, pulling it towards the center of the eye, but not quite the center. And just blending it out. Blending it out. I'm gonna pick up some more of the crease color and just gonna put it back in the crease. Just blending it back and forth with windshield wiper motions. Okay. I'm going to take a small brush and I'm going to take this bright blue color and I'm going to use that as my eyeliner. And so far I really like this eyeshadow palette. The colors are really bright. It is powdery, but the fallout is not too bad. Do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, I'm going to take another small brush, and I'm going to use the lightest color in the palette for my inner corner. Okay. I'm going to retouch the gold color with my finger because I think I lost some of it. Just lightly reapply it. And then I'm gonna take a flat brush and I'm actually gonna add in this green color in the crease in the inner corner of the eye, just to add something a little bit different. Again, really enjoying the colors. The colors are really nice in this palette. Gonna blend everything. Okay, going with the small brush that I used to put the blue color in the top of my eye, I'm going to do the same thing in my lower eyelid. And I'm going to create a wing connecting both the bottom and top eyelid colors, or shadow colors I should say. Now I'm going to take the flat brush that I used to put in the green on the inner crease and do the same thing to the bottom line, just to make it all very cohesive. Okay. Pick up a little bit more of that pink color, reapplying it. A little bit more of that gold just to let it stand out among the other colors. Okay. And lastly, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just put that, once again, that lighter color in my brow bone, just to create some depth. Not quite satisfied yet with the look, so I'm going to take this dark burgundy color with a small shader brush and I'm going to darken the outer corner of the eye. So I'm layering it on top of the pink color that I use. And then taking some of the pink again and just re-topping it off. And taking some of the green, just re-intensifying everything. Alright, I'm not sure where my mascara went, but let me go ahead and curl my lashes. Let me get my mascara, reaching for it. Okay, and for today's mascara, I'm gonna use the Rimmel London Scandalized Eyes. Okay. I like the mascara, but the brush is kind of huge, so it's kind of hard to get the bottom lashes. Without marking your face with it, which I did on my nose and in my eye. Okay. Gonna blend this a little bit out more because I just touched it and moved the eyeshadow. Okay, and last but not least, I put a lip color. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Rosebud lipstick. This is a very nice pink, a little more intense than some pinks, but for this particular look is toned down enough where it can go together with it. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. So far, like I said, I am enjoying this palette. It's the first time I've used it. I have not tried this other one, but what I'm planning to do is I am going to do the palette bingo with this one, which is one of the Emily Noel ideas. So that would be a film coming up. Also, I do plan to do a side-by-side comparison, putting the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette in one eye and the Miskos purple palette on the other, so you guys can see how the colors perform in the eye. But again, based on the swatches that I did today, they are very, very similar. Again, you can get the Miskos palettes online from Amazon, and they are $15.99. The big palette is also that price. And of course, Juvia's Place, you can find it on Juvia's website, and I believe this one retails for between $21 to $25. Okay, I will put all that information down below. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today, and if you enjoyed this video and other videos I've done, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys, have a good day.